the members of Ekurhuleni West College from various campuses, we appreciate your presence. The academic board that worked and toiled night and day for this prestigious day. We also thank you for making this day possible. Ms. Vermeulen, who has organized this, I know they will thank you very much, but we would also appreciate you. It is an honor to introduce to you parents, graduates, and the academic board, the guest speaker for today. This person has done it all. And you will witness at the end that indeed dynamite comes in small packages.
The parents and the family members who could not be here. I know that there are others who would have loved to travel but could not be here, but we also acknowledge them in their absence. So as they've already mentioned, I'm an engineer, I'm a chemical engineer, and one of the quickest way to spot engineers is their hairstyle. So I don't have to see your hood to know that you studied beauty therapy. I just have to look at your eyebrows and I can tell you what you studied. And the further we go down the room, I can see where the engineers are by their hairstyle and by the shape of their eyebrows. Because engineers don't care about that stuff. We're busy designing things. The shape of eyebrows is not important. But here in front, you can see masterpieces were made this morning. So today, I want to briefly speak to you about 3 decisions that changed my life. And I hope that as I speak to you about the 3 decisions that changed my life, you can think about your own life and ask yourself, are there areas in your life that you can change? Are there areas in your life that you must keep and that you must improve on? Are there people in your life that you must include? Or are there people in your life that it's now time for them to go, they no longer have room? So the 3 decisions that I want to talk about today, number 1 is the decision to excel. Excellence, you can't inherit excellence. Excellence is not passed on from your grandmother. Just because your grandmother was very excellent at sweeping the floor does not automatically mean that you will receive the same kind of excellence. If you don't tell yourself that you're going to work hard, if you don't tell yourself that you're going to develop certain skills and observe people who are excelling in the area that you want to excel in. The second decision that I want to talk about is the decision to persevere. When we go through life, we would want to assume that everything is going to come easy. But when you make the decision to persevere before you need perseverance, then when the time comes when you need perseverance, that decision will already be made. You won't have to make the decision at the time that you need to make the decision. The third decision that I want to talk about is the decision to fly. The decision not to be ordinary. The fact that even if all of us studied the same course, there is going to be something about me that is going to be different. When everyone else is walking, I am just going to decide that I'm the type that is going to fly. So the other day, I was watching a soccer game. I'm not a real soccer fan, but once in a while, especially when there are guys in the house, they don't negotiate the channel, they just change the channel to a soccer game. So it was one of those incidences where there was a guy in the house, and I think it was Real Madrid and something else, I think Manchester or something like that. As I've already said, I'm not a soccer fan, but I think it was big teams like that. And as they were playing, I think Real Madrid scored. And after they scored, they were too excited and they were, you know how soccer players, they were doing all these dances, they were making the crowd go wild. And what they did not realize is that as they were celebrating, their opponents had quickly taken the ball and they went to the other side. While they were celebrating, the other team scored. A graduation is an event that causes a lot of excitement. I know that there is a lot of preparation that went into today. As I said, some people are rocking hairstyles. We have never seen them rocking throughout the entire 3 years of their academic career. Other people who have never never even put nail polish are now rocking some long nails, high heels. You know, we've prepared for this day. We have new outfits. If your parents did not have the money for the new outfits, you've borrowed from your cousin, but all of us have prepared for this day. Yes. And while we celebrate an important event in our lives, which is a graduation, we must not celebrate for so long that we fail to prepare for the next event of our lives. The truth of the matter, especially for the black child, especially for the African child, is that by the time you graduate, number one, either there is a lot of debt that is associated with your diploma, with your degree, with your certificate, or there are siblings who have been waiting for you to finish your degree so that they can also get an opportunity to go to school, or there are parents who cannot retire waiting for you to finish your schooling so that they can retire. So even though you are celebrating, you don't have the luxury of time to celebrate for too long, because the next step of your life is waiting for you. So as you celebrate, you are applying for a job. As you celebrate, you are thinking about the next move that you have to make academically. Do I need to get a BTech? Do I need to get a degree? Do I need to get an honors? Where academically is my next step? As you celebrate your graduation, you need to think, I'm actually not going into the corporate world. I'm going straight into business. What equipment do I need to buy? What do I need to register? Yes, you are celebrating, but simultaneous to your celebration, you are preparing for the next move of your life. Those who win in life, I've been alive for about 39 years. The first 7, I don't really remember what was going on. So I think I've been alive for about 32 years. In the 39 years of my existence, there is something that I have found to be so exciting and maybe a little bit unfair. The fact that the most successful in our societies are not always the most intelligent. Just because you have a qualification or a degree from the best institution does not mean you will be number one in life. Those who will be number one in life are those who choose to excel, and excellence is preceded by preparation. If you choose not to prepare, you are subconsciously choosing a life that is below average. No one will go, when we ask children, what do you want to be when you grow up? No one says, I want to be a hobo. Have you ever met a child who says, I just want to go to jail and spend the rest of that is my dream, that's what I want to do. But why do we find so many adults in jail? Because we don't prepare for the life we want. We think the life we want will land on our laps by accident. So where you studied does not matter. What qualification you have does not matter. What matters is, what kind of life do you want, and what are you going to do to prepare for the life that you want? The second decision that I want to talk about is the decision to persevere. So I like movies, okay? Movie, there is this guy, and they are trying to kill him throughout the movie. They are shooting him with arrows. They are shooting him with guns. I mean, at the end, an elephant even sat on top of his head. After the elephant sat on top of his head, he came out from underneath that elephant and he said, "They do not call me Zayas for nothing." You must have that kind of perseverance. The kind of perseverance when they say it's over now, an elephant has sat on top of her small head. You must come out of that situation and say, "They don't call me Zayas for nothing." So you must not. So life. Some of you will apply for jobs and they will tell you no. After they tell you no, they will tell you no again. Just when you think you can't take no anymore, they will tell you no yet again. But you must not be the type of person that gives up after 10 no's. I know that these days things are different. But when we were younger, when a boy was interested in a girl, that boy, you don't have to say yes because you want the boy. You say yes because you are tired. So you must wear out. When you are applying for a business loan and they tell you no one gets a business loan from this place, tell them they have not met an applicant like me, one that never gives up. So I read an email the other day, and in the email, this guy says God told, it's an email, I didn't say it's a true story, I don't know the person who wrote it. In the email, the guy says God told him to push a wall. So he woke up in the morning, for 6 months, he woke up and pushed the wall. Woke up and pushed the wall. Hell, the wall is going nowhere. Woke up and pushed the wall. At some point, then he went back to God. God, you told me to wake up every day and push the wall. I've been waking up every single day pushing this wall. This wall is going nowhere. Look at it. There's no crack. It has not moved. Nothing has happened. And God said to him, I never asked you to push the wall. I never asked you to move the wall. I asked you to push the wall. Look at your biceps. Just that you can't see my biceps, but they are serious. Look at your biceps. Look at your chest. Look at how fit you are. Look at how strong you are. Certain things in your life that you fight for, even though you never receive them, they will make you a stronger person. They will make you a wiser person. They will make you a more compassionate person. The wall may not move, but you will change. So tell yourself, I'm bad, you know? And I don't know how to say. So when life is tough, you need to look life straight in the eyes and say, because we are not the type that gives up. You decide now when you are facing nothing. Because there will come a time when your health fails. And health issues must not tell you to give up. There will come a time when you have your own family and the family does not work out. When the family does not work out, it does not mean you must give up on life. It does not mean you must end your life. It does not mean you must be a hobo and start smoking nyawope and start doing daha. If you have started, you can stop today. It's okay. So life wants to say to you, people with accents like yours can only go so far. But you need to decide that you are the one that will determine who you will become in this life. And there is no background, no family situation, no situation of poverty and lack that will determine to you who you are going to be. Amen. In closing, I almost said Bazalwane because I always speak to Bazalwane. In closing, graduates, I watch stories. And when you watch a story, whether it's Muvango, because or maybe it's Isibaya, and I'm just concerned about my Zulu people because the level of witchcraft in that Isibaya is very worrying. So if you are Zulu and you need prayer, I'll be available after. So when you are watching these stories, there are people who are main characters in the stories. Then there are people who are extras. You just see some random woman at the hospital or some random couple at the restaurant having dinner. You don't know who they are. You don't know where they come from. You don't know what they are about. You don't know what they are talking about. Most of the time, if someone tells you I was an extra on Generation, you won't even remember who they are. The last words that I want to leave you with: refuse to be an extra in your own story. Refuse to be a person who is just lingering around. There are these African magic movies, these Nigerian movies that take 9 hours to watch. Refuse to be a person that spends your entire day 9 hours watching people making money when your own life is going nowhere. Refuse to be an extra in your own story. Imagine if the queen, who is this woman who is the queen? What's her name? Harriet. Imagine if Harriet just arrived on set, walked that way, woke up, I barely did this, did that, and then the story ended. all of us would stop watching it. Why do you allow that to be what happens in your life? Where your days have no vision, where your days have no purpose, where your days have no direction. Refuse to be an extra in a movie where you are supposed to be the main actor. When we were growing up, the main actor was called the steering. The steering never dies. The steering never gives up. The movie is about the steering. You are the steering of your own life. You are the main character of your own life. And you must never allow yourself to idly go through your life. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.